Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Georgiemon and I'm your friendly neighborhood anime and manga fan. I love all things anime and all things manga, and I'm here today to talk about Chainsaw Man chapter 186. So, what did I think about this week's chapter? To be completely honest, I thought this week's chapter was very epic. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was great to see Pochita just wreck fools and just seeing him kind of go all out, as well as we get to see how Denji's whole big plan is really paying off, especially how, you know, as he was eating the parts of the tree from last chapter, and how that comes into play in this one, and how he pretty much makes Pochita be unstoppable, which was very fun to see. We also get to see a lot of like craziness from the Agent Devil in making contracts with the public safety, and a lot of those were very gruesome to see, to say the least. Now, before I go any further with this week's chapter, I just want to give you guys a quick reminder to make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you guys can be up to date with all my anime and manga, as well as all my Chainsaw Man content that I'll be providing in this channel. It really helps out a lot, and I would really appreciate it if you guys could subscribe to my YouTube channel. So if you guys could, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get into this week's chapter. So this week's chapter starts off where we see right off the get-go, the Agent Devil and the public safety, they're freaking out because they know that Pochita's coming straight for them, and they know that Pochita is a menace. And right off the get-go, like I said, the Agent Devil's like, okay, listen guys, he's about to come here any minute, in less than a minute or so. Let's make a contract. If you guys make a contract with me, I'll promise that you guys will not die by Chainsaw Man's hands. But in return, let me take charge of your bodies. And we see that this contract pretty much states that I think the more body parts that he takes from the public safety, like the more damage he'll be able to use against Pochita. And we see that at the beginning, you know, it starts off with like, you know, they're like, okay, give me your nails, and then you see like all of their nails be gone at once, and that was like very gruesome to see. Like I was like, it reminded me of like the snake, or, you know, from part 1, the girl that had the snake, the devil, you know, how her nails would go away. Like I was like, oh, that's very painful. I can only imagine that. And we see that pretty much after that, we see that Pochita gets like sliced in half. My man like explodes, and you see him like literally get cut in half. And, you know, as that's happening, we see that Denji, you know, he steps up. He's like, yeah, I don't think so. I'ma save Pochita. And we see that he starts eating his own body part, like the body parts from the tree, which in return will heal Pochita in the real world. So you saw that his play is starting to, you know, fully come into play right now, and it was great to see. Like Denji with this big brain play of his, that was great. We see that, like I said, it was really paying off because, you know, Pochita heals himself once again. So he's at a constant state of healing, because we see that as that's happening, we see that pretty much Fumiko, she's like, hey, use us whatever way you want. Like, trust us. We don't care. Just use us whatever you want. And then even the Agent Devil's like, And we see that Fumiko goes in this whole spiel where she's like, listen, we cannot let this War Devil and Chainsaw Man wannabe run away, like destroy the streets of Tokyo, because, you know, the more they team up and the more they cause chaos, the more likely it is that the prophecy will come true. You know, the Nostradamus prophecy that has been hyping up to be the climax of part 2. We see that that's why Fumiko and the public safety, they're so against Denji and Pochita, and as well as, you know, Yoru and Asa, you know, from really, you know, taking into effect and, you know, starting to develop more power, so they want to eliminate them, you know, get rid of them, because if, you know, the Death Devil does show up and wreck everybody, they don't want them to be a part of it. And which, by the way, that's a stupid idea, because public safety, you guys ain't doing nothing. if Pochita can wreck you guys in one shot, you guys are doing nothing to the Death Devil. That's just what I'm saying, all right? Because so far, public safety's just been a bunch of frauds, like left and right. And we see pretty much after that, you know, Fumiko, she's saying all this, like, do whatever you want. And he's like, okay, bet. And we see that the Agent Devil's like, okay, liver. And like, you see that, you know, she takes away Fumiko's liver, and she starts like throwing up blood, like blah. And we see that Pochita gets hurt once again. But like I stated earlier, you know, Pochita's at a constant healing state, because as Denji keeps eating all these, you know, parts of this tree human, you know, getting all this blood, you know, it's healing Pochita in the real world once again. So this is like an endless loop. You know, my man got the cheat code on, all right? And if we see as the, you know, the fight continues, that, you know, Chainsaw Man continues to approach closer and closer, and as that's happening, we see that eventually, you know, the Agent Devil's like, all right, I think I had enough of this. Like, you guys are doing a great job for what you guys are trying to do. However, I need to, like, putting more. And we see that the Agent Devil's like, all right, let's do this. Ice. And I'm not like, my man genuinely took the eyes away from all these public safety people. We see that they're like, wait, excuse me, like my eyes is like, and you start seeing them like their pain. And I won't put the panel because I think it's a little too gruesome for some of y'all, especially with eye violence. But I will say that you see like their eye sockets coming out. I was like, oh, like I was like, even I got like chills. I was like, oh, gross. But we see that because it was a close up on that, and we see that as they take the eyes away, Pochita gets wrecked once again. But like I stated, he's still moving. Like my man is still running on 100% accuracy and 100% battery charge. And we see that as Pochita continues to pursue them, eventually as he's running and at this like super fast speed, his head did blow up. Like his head got cut off. And we see that after the eye thing where the Agent Devil did attack him, and we see that as his head cut off, we see that Pochita, the Chainsaw Man body of Pochita, he like grabs Pochita's like innards, like the actual like Pochita's heart or whatever, Denji's heart, whatever you want to call it, like the little Pochita face looking thing, like the one that he engraved itself with Denji's heart, and he grabs it and he just throws it like a baseball at the Agent Devil, and the Agent Devil's like, what? And that was my reaction too. I was like, wait, what's going on? Like, what's happening? We see that pretty much that's how the chapter ends. It ends where we see that Pochita throws his own heart at the Agent Devil. So now I'm wondering, like, okay, what's the play here? Because I'm very confused. Like, how are they going to resolve this? What's the big brain play right here? Because obviously he's not going to eat the Agent Devil. He's going to definitely like kill it. But I don't see it like eating it. So I'm wondering what this is all going to be like, how the resolution of this entire thing is going to play out in the next chapter or the next few chapters. Because it seems like public safety they're not going to do anything. They're just there like pawns as usual. Fromico is not beating the allegations. #Fromico till the day I die. But yeah, that's how the chapter ended. And like I said, I'm very curious to see how this plays out, because now that Denji has figured out a way to pretty much give an infinite money glitch in GTA terms, where he's just at a constant state of healing, while Pochita is fighting in the front lines. Denji can be in this like dimension just eating blood left and right. So this seems to be like a very interesting position that the Agent Devil has set up for itself, because now he's facing Pochita, and if Pochita kills the Agent Devil, that won't necessarily mean that all age will stop from existing, but it'll just mean that this devil will respawn back in in hell, and it'll be stuck there until it gets killed and gets sent to the real world, similar to like what's her name, the Makima's reincarnation. Oh my god, how can I forget her? Nayuta. Sorry, it's too early, guys. It's early in the morning. But we see that pretty much that could be the scenario where they eliminate the Agent Devil by sending it back to hell by defeating it. But now I'm wondering, okay, what happens after they do defeat the Agent Devil? Because like I said, the prophecy is still ongoing, as Fumiko did bring up in this chapter. So is the Agent Devil then gonna spawn in? It's like, all right, you guys have gotten yourselves tired, I'm gonna show up now and you guys cannot stop me? Or is it gonna be more of a slow burner where we're gonna see Yoru / Asa and Denji continue to be on the run, and trying to make a plan to defeat the Death Devil? Because the Death Devil has not shown up yet, but I know when it does show up, stuff is gonna go down. I know for a fact Fujimoto is notorious for this, where the final villain shows up, fools are gonna get wrecked. All right, we remember this from part 1 with Makima. I can only assume this will happen with the Death Devil, and I'm very excited to see where the story takes us from here going forward, because Fujimoto has been cooking, and I'm very curious to see how this whole climax of the Agent Devil versus Pochita plays out in the next chapter or the next one after that, whoever knows. But with all that being said, what did you guys think about this week's chapter? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys thought it was alright? Whatever you guys thought, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, thank you so much for sticking all the way to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Chainsaw Man, as well as more anime and manga content in the near future. But yeah, with all that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.